Perfect.
Yeah.
So what's up, man?
What is up, man?
A lot.
Good.
You know, in the world, anyways.
Hey, man, I was hoping. I want to talk about Lyle a little bit.
Sure.
But I would like to get Lyle's perspective on some things too.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Well, how you been? What's been happening?
I'm good, man. So we were talking before the show. It's been a year and a half since we've done a podcast. And
that's all right. It happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That threw me. No, man, a lot happens in that year and a half. So my youngest son, Ezekiel, was born last May. That was wild, man. So he was born. We had him at home, and he ended up aspirating on his meconium, which is your poop, for those that don't know, and spent the first 8 days of his life in the hospital, the NICU, and it was traumatic, and the business was like in this weird place too. So last year was it was rough for me. But no, man, we made it through. He's doing great. No, I mean, absolutely zero long-term effects. He's about to have his first birthday. What's today? Friday? Yeah. Sunday, I think. It's either tomorrow or Sunday. The 24th is his birthday.
When is your son's birthday, Lyle?
May 24th.
So today, what is today? Sure, I got to look. Today's the 22nd, so his birthday will be Sunday.
Sunday, yeah. Yeah.
Don't
ask me when my anniversary is, though. No.
You know, so my wife's birthday is on, I'm going to mess this up right now. Her birthday's on the 23rd. Okay. And my daughter's on the 27th. Complete different months.
Yeah.
And I get those mixed up all the time.
Alexa's the same way. I have to do like this little ditty in my head for her birthday. And when we got married, it was supposed to be on October 2nd. It was a Sunday. And then something happened to the people who had the place rented that Saturday. So like a month before the wedding, they're like, yeah, it's going to change to Saturday.
They told you it was going to change.
Well, they asked us. They said, would you rather have a Saturday wedding versus Sunday? We're like, yeah, sure. But then it was already ingrained in my mind, October 2nd.
Right.
And so I'm like, shoot. So it's kind of a joke at this point, 10 years later.
Yeah.
But, but still.
Yeah, it's tough. Dates are hard, but first birthday is a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is 3 for you guys now, right?
Number 3, yep.
Holy smokes.
Just trying to repopulate the world.
Right, with like our people or whatever.
Right.
That's the goal. It's funny though to think about, because I've had other people that I've known, for a lot. I knew you when you were 9.
Yeah.
And now you're 35.
35. 3
kids, own a business.
Yeah.
Been married for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I look at you and I still see the kid that played upward basketball,
right.
But at the same time I don't. I have to like really reach back and dig to remember that kid, because it was 100 years ago.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot's happened since then.
Yeah,
you live and learn, you grow.
You do.
Hopefully
you do. I got to ask you, is the Badger still around?
Oh yeah, the Badger's thriving.
How's the Badger? Badger's doing well.
Man, he's doing good. Yeah, cause he that's my business partner's brother. And yeah, he's doing great for us. I think he's probably been with us for almost 2 years now.
Yeah. And
man, he's doing good. His not a fiance, but his girlfriend is our office manager.
Okay.
And they're doing great. Everybody at the company's doing great. We had one guy we had to get rid of since we last spoke, and really it seems like that was where all the problems were coming from.
Right.
So a team of 6, you get one person that it can really spoil the bunch. But we've got a great team now, man, and everybody's on board. Actually, the guy who replaced him today is his 1-year anniversary with us.
Okay.
So kind of celebrated that before we left.
Yeah.
It's good, man. It's a crazy. Business ownership's just a roller coaster.
It's wild, isn't it?
You feel like you're on top of the world one day, and then it's like, why am I doing this the next? And questioning everything, and then ultimately I had to just be like, well, what am I going to do different? Like I'm not going to go back and work for somebody. It's
right.
You just keep.
That's got to be the hardest thing in the world after you run your own business, to be like, yeah, I'll just go get a job.
No, I don't. Because my thing is, I'm going to care about the job just like it was my own anyways.
Right.
Like my company. So I might as well just.
It might as well be your thing.
Let me just get the extra headache and.
Yeah. But you just, as a business owner, and I know my dad has owned a business forever, And so I've watched him do these things. And then we started a business back in July of last year. And like, it's the people say nobody's coming, you know, in terms of something bad happening and you're waiting. Well, nobody's coming. Like it's you.
Yeah.
When something happens, or maybe it's the middle of the night, or you have to fire somebody, or there's no, you can't kick that upstairs because you're the upstairs.
It stops with you. Yeah. And then, so then ultimately, as you growing your business, it's kind of like what you end up doing is all the problems that can't get, or the people don't want to handle underneath you. You're just spending all your time.
Yeah.
You know, it's challenging, but I think if you can just have a good attitude about it. And then for me, I'm like, dude, this is exactly what I wanted. Like, let me just be grateful in these tough times. Cause really the past 2 weeks, we've had a lot of new challenges and some challenging situations, with personalities that have to do with customers. And it's like, you think, oh, I can deal with this. I've dealt with this before. And then it kind of takes a left turn or right turn. And it's like, oh my goodness. So, but yeah, it's just a challenge every day. Nothing's ever the same from day to day. Well, what kind of business did you start last year?
It's called Wildflower Energy.
Okay.
And it's not one of those Herbalife drink shops.
Gotcha.
We've got our own thing going, but it's energy drinks. So we'll take an Alani or a Coke, and we'll add some flavored syrup in it and some creamer, and we'll sprinkle a little, you know, this and that on it, and it becomes this whole new thing.
Nice.
So, but it's doing well. It's doing good.
Awesome.
We tapped into the local college market.
Okay, yeah.
Somehow, I'm not even 100% sure how that even happened, but the college kids discovered us, and they just blew us up, and we were doing great. Well, then, like it's the end of May now, so they all went home.
Sure.
So we're doing okay, but we've seen a little bit of a drop off. But it's been really cool to watch it grow and to try things, because you in the fact that nobody's coming to help you.
Yeah.
You also realize there are no rules.
There's no rules.
You just do whatever gets your doors open tomorrow, you know, as long as it's moral and ethical. And
exactly. Yeah. As long as you can sleep at night.
Right.
And it's funny too, because you're like, I don't know how we got in the college market. It's kind of like us. Like, I don't know how we kind of fell into this screen porch, 3-season, 4-season room, decking niche. But it's like, I could try to fight that and be like, no, this is what the company's supposed to be, and put it in a box. But if you just stay open to that, and you are like, oh, there's really no rules. Like, oh, I'm just going to shift here, and hey, all right.
Yeah.
And college market. All right. Now let's, do what we can to build that. Cause that's where
you have this idea about what you want your business to be.
Right.
But that's you have those people who are looking for a thing don't have the same idea as you, and this is what they want,
and they're the ones who
ultimately what you have to do.
Exactly. Yeah, that's I think that just shifting with the market, and then as you grow in a business, just delegating and offloading some of the stuff. But that's tougher than it sounds.
Yeah. Well, you put your name on this business. You know, whether it's your name on the sign or not, like it's your business, and you want to hand this, like, take care of this for me.
Yeah.
This thing that I have invested everything in. Oh, by the way, don't mess it up. So, delegation gets tough. You got to have people you can trust. And if you can't, then they got to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Give them a chance.
Yeah.
My motto is just to give them the trust, give them the benefit of the doubt, and then kind of deal with it after that if they don't live up to those expectations.
So do you have a strategy or like a template that you use when you have to get rid of somebody?
Well, we've only had to really get rid of, I would say, one person, really. I mean, we've had a few people we've hired for 2 weeks, and it was very clear.
Right.
I mean, really the strategy is hire fast, fire fast. So I'm not going to spend my time interviewing 10 different people and, all right, this is, narrow it down to 3 or whatever.
Right.
The corporate strategy is a lot of the people that everybody that we've hired that's worked out, it's been just through somebody I know. Hey, I'm looking for somebody who can fill this role. Oh, hey, Lyle, I know this guy, and let me introduce you.
Yeah.
And it works out good. So that's really my hiring and firing strategy.
Yeah.
But it is just, hey, I don't want to burn any bridges. This isn't working out. It's not personal.
Yeah. I witnessed a firing once when way back, I was a trucker at that point. So there weren't like a lot of, mushy, like they didn't waste a bunch of words. It was just a bunch of tough old dudes.
Wasn't an HR department.
Yeah, we kind of skipped all that. But I'm sitting in my manager's office. I'd come back at the end of the day and I was filing paperwork and whatever I had to do. And he had called another guy to come in. I didn't think anything about it. Well, the dude comes in and my manager looks across the desk at this guy and goes, "Hey, I got good news and bad news. Which one do you want first?" And the guy was like, "Well, give me the good news." It's like, "You don't have to come to work tomorrow." So, all right, cool. What's the bad news? He says, "You're fired." I said, holy smokes. I pull my hood up over my head, like, I don't want any part of this, whatever's about to happen now. So I don't think that's the way I would do it.
Right.
But there's probably a better way. I don't know. Maybe it's better to just get to the point. But
yeah.
But anytime you deal with people, right? And I'm learning this as a business owner. I've learned it working in school forever and then in ministry and stuff like that. Yeah. And, you mentioned customers a minute ago, and customer gets this vision of a Rembrandt, and there's reality that involves actual nails and hammer, exactly. That's a different thing. And, you want to take care of your customers, but customers got to be reasonable too.
You learn to navigate that. And that was my biggest weakness, I guess, or downfall was I would just let people kind of run all over me just in the name of I just need to make them happy. And it was a personality thing for me. I'm a empathetic person,
right.
and I want people to feel good around me or about whatever I'm doing. And then I kind of realized, man, some people just two things really. You're not gonna please everybody. There's some people who you just can't please, but then also too, I've been doing this long enough to where I know for a fact that when something messes up, we're gonna make it right, because it is, like you just said, it's construction. We're tearing stuff out. We're tearing away a portion of a wall, and we don't know what's behind that wall. So things are gonna happen. It's how you deal with that, and you learn to navigate, and then you kind of have that hard line of listen, we treat people with respect, so we kind of demand that in return.
Right.
And if you're not going to be respectful to us, then we can play that game, but it's not good for anybody.
Right.
So it's man, if you can just, and you kind of learn to stand your ground with people after a while, especially you start building a reputation. You see the reputation you have in the community and the reviews and stuff. And it's look, man, I'll let you call any customer that we've dealt with, any single customer, because we've done the right thing. Whether they're happy about it or not, we've done the right thing. So it is just it's like anything else. It comes with experience, and you gain insight and wisdom through that and navigate it. And it sucks sometimes.
It does. Some folks don't want to be pleased.
Uncomfortable. Yeah. No, they want to be mad, and we've had a couple of those.
That lets you get done with the entire job and go, well, that ain't what I wanted. I need a discount.
Yes. Yep. Sorry. Sign the contract.
Right. Yeah.
It is. I mean, but we go above and beyond even for those people. And then it's look, we've done all this, and this was extra. And if you're not happy, I'm sorry. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the product. And that's all you can do.
Well, and on some level, if I call you to renovate my house, I've got to defer to you as the expert,
But with AI and stuff, people think, they are expert, through a very small amount of research.
And pull up one little blurb and they go, oh yeah, that's not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So that's a continuous challenge for everybody, I guess, is the AI thing. But
it's, I don't know. You think about AI in terms of, like a podcast and production and IT or, whatever, information of any kind, but it's, I guess, bleeding over into construction now, where you think that job's safe.
Yeah.
Because AI can't show up and do the job yet.
Not yet, yeah.
But it can give those other people a false sense of being the expert on it. Not fun. Just let somebody else be the expert. You don't call AI when your house is on fire.
You hired us, and we're going to do a good job. Promise you're going to love it. Just...
Oh, man.
Don't walk into a barbershop in the middle of a haircut and say, that looks horrible. That's what happens a lot of times. that looks horrible. And it's like, yeah, we're not done.
Yeah, obviously it doesn't look horrible. We had to reno and demo, and maybe not in that order.
Yeah. But it's an interesting thing, man. But no, it's going good.
Good. So you guys are building whole houses now?
Not yet. We're doing small additions. You know, we could build a whole house, like we have the capability.
Right.
But no, I mean, our main focus is like really still the backyard exteriors. So decks, screen porches, 3 and 4 season rooms, which a 4 season room is basically an addition. Small additions. We just got finished with this. We just got finished with this one project, and where we did the screen porch and then a new deck on the side, and then it came down to like a paver patio with a fireplace. So that's really what we like to do. We've done other things, and we can do other things, but that's where I think at the moment it's like, this is what we're good at. Yeah. We're busy doing it.
Well, as long as the phone keeps ringing, right?
Exactly. Yeah. As long as people still want that.
Yeah.
And if they end up not wanting it, then we'll shift and figure something else out. So,
but you started roofs, right?
Yeah. Because I that's all I knew. And when I started the company, it was like, that's all I wanted to do. I didn't even want to do like siding and gutters, right? You know, which is common kind of to go along with roofing. But I was like, dude, I don't want to do it. I'm going to stay in my lane here. And, really, I met my business partner a year later, and then he came from the general contracting world, so that opened that up for us. But yeah, I never saw myself doing this at all. I never saw myself owning a construction company. I remember telling myself years ago. I mean, this was probably 10 years ago. For some reason, I just saw a construction truck drive past me on the road, and I was like, I will never do that. And then here we are. Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know. Never say never.
It's not your first business though, because you had a cleaning thing.
Yeah, I had a cleaning business. Clean It for God's Sake was the name of it. Yeah, and I kind of set that up to really just get Alexa through nursing school. Yeah, it did its job. When she graduated, I kind of just closed it down. Yeah. Hindsight, I wish I'd have handled that a little differently. I think I could have made out a little better in some regard, but no, it was good. And then I worked as an independent contractor for a couple other places, so I knew the logistics as far as opening an LLC, getting insurance. That's just basic stuff that honestly probably throws a lot of people off, and they're like, I'm not doing it. And it's like, it's pretty easy. Getting an EIN, you know, just basic stuff. So I already kind of had all that in my back pocket. Yeah.
Well, I think that's the biggest stumbling block for a lot of folks is they look at that list of things they have to do. Yeah. And it turns out none of them are super hard. It's just a list, and it looks intimidating.
Did you get this when you started your business, or maybe even this podcast? It's like, I got letters, and it's happened to every business I've opened, but it's like you get a letter, and it's like, hey, you need we'll just say the EIN, the federal tax number. Mm-hmm. You need an EIN. And it looks like an official government letter. Yeah. And it's like, you pay us $300. And then at the bottom, it's like, oh, by the way, we're not the government. Like, you can actually just go to this website and do it. And it's like, it's like so scammy, man.
Yeah. They dress it up though. And then at the end in little letters, they do say, you don't have to do this.
Yeah. Like, you can easily just go here and do it yourself. Yeah. You don't even have to hire a lawyer. I mean,
so I think that gets them around being criminals
legally,
but it's still dirty. And we did, man. We got, I don't know, we started in July of last year, and by September, but we had 10 of those. Yeah. Just mailbox full of them. Mm-hmm. And so the first thing I did was call my aunt, who is an accountant. I go, hey, what is this? And she was like, yeah, that ain't it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I wasn't like going to, but you want to make sure because it's scary.
They make it sound scary too. Like you could be fined or whatever if you don't do this.
And they're right. You can be fined if you don't, but you don't have to give them an extra $300.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's like an entire ecosystem or economy built around. It's like a false economy built around people opening businesses. Yeah. You see the same thing in like the general contracting license. You got to spend $2,000 on books or more and spend all this money on the test. And then you got to do the educational courses if you want and pay for that. And it's just like this entire ecosystem that's built around a law that says you have to have this license to do this work. And it's like, what?
You know what else is funny was within I don't know, 2 weeks of opening, we're getting messages and texts and calls and things. Everybody we know that has a Pee Wee football team or a T-ball team or, whatever, can you sponsor our thing? And we try to do as much of that as we can, but like no time at all. Like no time. We announced we were open. We sold like 3 drinks and people were hitting us up. Hey man, you want to buy a sign, be on our T-ball team shirt, whatever. Okay.
I would love to.
Yeah. I wish we could do all that.
Exactly.
It's just funny to me that and the people who think you're rich because you own a business.
Because you own a business, yeah.
They don't know. God
I've had
bless
customers who are like, I need an itemized estimate of the costs and stuff. And first of all, it's like, no, we don't do that. This
right.
It's not how this works. But secondly, like, sure, Mr. Burnham, I would love to do that, but I'm going to need you to come in and sit down. It's going to take 2 or 3 hours. We got to figure out how much the tax burden is on this job. We got to figure out the insurance that I'm going to get audited by my insurance company, and I'm going to pay him $50,000 probably at the end of the year. It's just like, yeah, if you want to sit down and go through the work with me, then yeah, sure, we can actually give you the small margin that we're making, and you can see it. So just don't take material and labor and think that we're rich because of it. There's a lot of gas is over $4 a gallon. Like I pay for everybody's gas. Like, come on, it's all that.
How's that affecting you?
I mean, right now it really hasn't. Raleigh's such a good market because it's. And we'll see how much it lasts because it is a lot of IT jobs. It's very insulated in that regard. A lot of people are still moving there, but I mean, who knows, man? With AI, it's taking people's jobs. There's a lot of layoffs. It hasn't affected us yet, but yeah, we'll see, man. And again, we'll shift. I'm not worried about it or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, just even to the AI thing, I saw these robots the other day that were like taking bags of tools that me and you would have trouble carrying, and they were throwing them up on, and it's like if you had a couple of those, once they get going, like they could build anything, and they could probably download the code and the manufacturer specs and do it better than any human. And the capitalist in me is like, I'll just buy a few of those. But it's like the human in me is like, dude, this is not good. I don't think it's good for us as the general population. I don't think it's a good thing.
Well, how much damage is a guy? You get a guy out on a job and he starts down the wrong path and he's just building this door frame or whatever the wrong way. You go, hey man, stop. Let's fix this. Okay. That robot's got code, right? And if the code is, and not that it would be, I don't fully understand it, but if the code ain't quite right, he's driven through a wall, and
you're not stopping it.
Yeah. Hey, well, let's not. Does your insurance cover that? Like, where are we,
Right.
It's a whole different universe.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, I might save money on workers' comp, but I bet my general liability would go up. So it's who knows?
Yeah. Holy smokes. AI in construction. We got robots out here framing and running electrical.
But if they take everybody else's jobs, who's going to need the construction work?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I don't want to be too pessimistic. It's an awareness I think everybody
there
should
is,
have.
and I guess that there are just some things that people are going to have to do. Mm-hmm. Like you're just going to need people for one thing or another.
Yeah,
I hope, but I don't know. It's a scary prospect, but the world that we live in right now is a scary place.
Crazy.
It just feels like it's on fire from every direction.
It's crazy. I mean, just thinking about all the kind of just the things that have become exposed this year and over the past 2 years, we'll say, that we're always like, this is a conspiracy theory. And then it's kind of like, no, if you look at it, it's kind of like, man, a lot of this is true.
It's actually happening.
And, I texted you after one of your recent podcasts about, I can't remember the name of it, but I think it was Judeo-Christianity or something. Yeah. And it's like, dude, that was spot on because for whatever reason, our government has decided that we would rather support a foreign nation over its own people. And at the same time, during, I'll say the past 80 years, I think the faith movement, the Christian faith has been hijacked to believe that we have to support this foreign nation as well.
Yeah.
When the Bible actually doesn't back that up at all.
Right.
It's like when Jesus talked about, he said, I'm the vine and you guys are the branches, and the Gentiles, the ones who are not Jews, have been grafted into this through faith. You've been grafted into the vine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he even says in there, man, I broke off these other branches, the Jews,
right,
because they rejected me. But they too can be grafted back in.
Yeah.
But there's only one way. It's through faith in Christ. So
right.
It's like, I don't know, man. The Bible's pretty clear, but they've taken it and they've manipulated it to support this agenda, this political agenda for whatever end goal they have. And
well, and it's not even... It wasn't even just the Jews that did that. There's a guy named Darby, who's the father of modern dispensationalism, they call it, that taught this whole idea that the Jews are God's chosen people. And not just like us who are Jews because we're grafted into this vine, but because of the word, like because of where they were born.
A bloodline,
Yeah, and like, well, that's not, not all are who are from Israel or of Israel, right? And it's a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
So... Yeah, but we drew this line, and then somebody went back and tried to erase the line, and now we're like, well, those are God's chosen people. Well, they're not because they reject Christ.
Right. It's kind of like a coin, right? Before Christ, you had this is the way it is. The top of the coin here, this is God's chosen people. It's the children of Israel.
Right.
Through bloodline, right? And then the opposite side would be Gentiles, all of us who are not Israelites. And Christ came and he flipped it upside down. He said, okay, now it's through this faith in me. It doesn't matter about bloodline.
Right.
And so, like you said, 1850 or so when Darby kind of concocted that thing, it shifted. It kind of muddied that line and said, no, you're saved now through, you're through faith in Christ. You are a spiritual Semite, we'll say, but also these people are somehow still God's chosen people too.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make sense.
I guess the idea is that in the end, they're all going to come around and worship Christ.
That's
so
what I always heard growing up.
We have to bend the knee or whatever.
Support them.
Yeah. But I mean, I wasn't in favor of helping in the Ukraine war.
Mm-mm.
And like looking back, it's going to get me in trouble. Vietnam probably wasn't a great idea for us to jump into. Korea might not have been, and.
No, I think I agree. Definitely every war since World War II. I don't think. Yeah. I mean, even why were we in Iraq? There's no reason to be in Iraq.
I don't know what we accomplished. We got there and they didn't have what they said they had, and a bunch of folks got killed, and we spent $1 bajillion for
in 20 years. Yeah, and now we're just, we pull out in 21, which was what
a boondoggle that was.
Yes, that was a good word. I was going to use something different, but boondoggle was good. And then 5 years later, we're back in,
But no new wars, though, right? I don't know.
I feel betrayed, man.
Holy smokes.
So I wasn't a Trump guy. Let's see, in 2016, I voted for the Libertarian candidate. I think I've only voted for Libertarian candidates or just not voted, except for this last time, because I was like, this is our final time as Americans to get rid of, his whole thing in 16, drain the swamp, get rid of the deep state.
Right.
Like, let's fix this thing. And what is it, a year and a half later? And it's like, he just turned his back on us.
Well,
and
we're at war again. Inflation's up. Gas prices are up.
Yeah.
Are we any better off than we were under Biden?
No.
No.
I mean, the border's closed. Good job there, I guess.
Yeah.
But the whole ICE thing was a boondoggle as well.
Yeah, there was a better way to do that. I had Bo Brown on. He was running for Congress.
I saw clips of that, man.
Yeah, and Bo had some solid ideas about that, but I don't think waving guns around in the street and we ultimately killed 2 citizens.
American
that's
citizens.
A whole different. Don't go getting in a guy's face when he's got a M4 strapped to his back either.
Sure. There's definitely a lot of sides to that, and multiple parties were at fault, but I don't believe that guy should have been killed. But and you speak about Bo Brown. I like Bo. Played football with him. You were helping coach then, and I just have a hard time, man. It's one guy in Congress. How much can you make?
One vote out of 435, right? That's tough.
And they pulled all the stops out to get rid of Massey. a couple days ago.
Well, they got rid of Massey, and then the same people had an effect here, though.
And Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah.
Well, and Marjorie left because she wouldn't do the things that they're asking people to do now. But then Clay Fuller comes in, and he won. We had a jungle primary because Marjorie left early, and they had to fill her seat. And now Clay's already running again to win the seat again in November. But as soon as he won the first time around, AIPAC shows up. They're like, hey, that's our guy. We put him in. Congratulations, Clay. Like, holy smokes, man.
Yeah, it's almost blatant and just just so audacious at this point. Almost.
It is. And they'll say
arrogant's the word.
That's a great word for it. But they'll say we're Americans. It's okay. Well, then lobby for America. What are we? That's why we're here. It's what we're doing.
Yeah. No.
We're lobbying for different countries. Where is UPAC? Where Ukrainian PAC? Where is it? Are they influencing candidates too? Probably not, because we're giving them money to fight a different war.
Yeah.
I guess that's still going on. It's not much in the news anymore.
I'm confident it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's nuts.
But
nuts.
I don't know. I got a message from somebody that listens to the podcast, and they were like, well, they didn't really buy the seats. They just influenced, and I was like, I get it. Like, we can argue semantics.
I mean, that's a gracious way to look at it. But then what happens is hey, Mr. Burnham, you're now the congressman. We spent $17 million getting you in here. You're going to do what we say. Maybe they don't do it this way, but you're going to do what we say. Or.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm a mafia movie connoisseur, right? And then I see this letter from AIPAC that when Gallrain and Clay Fuller both won, and AIPAC makes this post, and they're like, hey, congrats to the candidates that we supported, that we took care of, and we got through into their seats, and it was kind of like when the Godfather comes around and he's like, hey, remember those shoes I bought for your kid? That car we got you? Yeah. The time I got you a job? Yeah.
You thought they were gifts.
Right.
Yeah, it's a nice congressional seat.
Yeah.
Be sad if something was to happen to it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what it seemed like. And I'm sure they had the best of intent. But anyway, that's what it felt like, watching this stuff go on. And
I'm with you. Yeah, I watched The Sopranos not too long ago. Actually, last year.
Yeah.
When Ezekiel was in the hospital, I was like,
binge watching Tony Soprano. I love it,
man. Yeah.
That's a fantastic series.
It is.
But,
yeah, interesting.
Yeah, that last 10 minutes here was why I didn't ask you the name of your business at first, because I don't know. I don't know if you wanted to say it, because I kind of knew the trail you were going to go down there.
Oh.
Like, well,
I mean, the funny thing is, it's like, I feel like everybody I've spoken to kind of feels the same way, and they may not put it in the same context as I would, as far as like from a Christian standpoint.
Right.
But I think everybody in America can kind of look up right now and be like, something's not right with this.
Yeah.
Especially like, again, the last election, you're just like, man, we thought we weren't getting any new wars, and the prices were going to go down, and all these promises, and it's just nothing. We've gotten more of the same, and maybe even worse. It's like a betrayal. So, I don't know, but no, I mean, and I'm not going to. I'm going to make a point not to say anything too hyperbolic. So
sure,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I need the clips, Lyle. Say something wild.
Say something crazy. No, we need Bo to do that. He's running.
Right.
That's what you got. That's what works.
Oh man. But it just, I don't know. Those who want to see it, I think that's the problem. I think you have to want to see it and go, well, that ain't right. Or you can just go, Trump is the best, and whatever he says, what I've come to, like, my position on Trump now is that he has cheated on multiple wives. Maybe him and Melania have it all squared away now, but the guy's cheated on a couple of wives. You don't think he'd do that to you, who he does not know at all? Okay.
Well, and there's just, everybody who supported him, now he's calling him crazy and low IQ and whatever else.
Weak-minded, I think, was one he used the other day.
Yeah, it's just cheating's betrayal. It's the same thing. He's betraying the people who helped him.
Right.
Well, most of them.
the
Americans.
Right. Holy smokes. Yeah. I don't know. He's just not.
I'm not suicidal, by the way.
Me neither. Holy smokes. Yeah. No, but I don't know. It's just frustrating to watch. I felt like in his first term where I voted for him, like our lives were better. Yeah. We were energy independent. He was knocking out taxes. Like stuff was just better. And then this time, and I've voted for the guy 3 times, but this time seems like a personal revenge tour.
Something.
Because all the stuff that he went through, and, most of the stuff he went through wasn't just, right? They trumped up a bunch of charges and arrested him and all that stuff and impeached him twice. Impeached him after he was out of office. Like some of the dumbest stuff ever. But I felt like he was about America the first time, and now I feel like he's about Trump. And the other day when he's like, no, I don't think about people's financial situations. We got to fight a war. I'm like, okay.
That's like, I don't know how they're going to do any good in November or whenever the midterms are.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of folks that are saying they're going to stay home.
Yeah. I mean, I am.
A bunch of people who would have voted for Republicans. Let's not call them conservatives.
I think a lot of people are just kind of done with it. Unfortunately, I don't know what the answer is for sure, but I just know something's jacked up.
Yeah. Well, the answer that a lot of people are pitching is like essentially just to burn it all down and let the Democrats win, and their faults become so glaring that everybody goes, oh, okay, we need a Thomas Massey to come in and straighten it out. Like, I don't know. Can we survive that, though?
Another 4 years? I don't know, man.
Not that things are better under the Republicans now, but can we make it through Democrat in the White House, Democrat controlling both houses?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I do feel like the Democrat and the Republican Party are like the uniparty. It's just all the same.
Yeah.
I mean, so it is. It's like, doesn't matter who you vote for.
Right.
It's all going to be maybe a little bit of a different version of the same stuff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know. I know the youth have their, say 40 and under are mostly awake to what's going on. And we're just like, this system isn't really working anymore. It doesn't seem. Again, I felt like this was the last time this past election where we're like, this is a chance for America to turn things around and put Americans first. And then it just, flips. So,
well, I did the math the other day. I did the math. I kind of had a realization that the last, 6 elections, presidential elections, 6 of them, have I been around for 6 of them? Yeah. Holy smokes. Have been the most important election of our lifetime.
Every time.
They can't all be.
I know. I know.
They just can't.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll let the chips fall.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's back to the entire reason we're talking about this. From a faith standpoint, man, that's all you can do is just say, you know what? I know that Jesus wins in the end.
Yeah.
I don't know how this looks, but I don't know how it's all going to happen or whatever, but it's just like, I trust God and, going to do everything I can to just set my family up for success,
Yeah. That's all you can do. I mean, it's like, people are still going to need roofs on their houses and, work done, things like that. People are still going to need nurses and doctors and lawyers and all the above. We just got to keep doing what we're doing and doing it faithfully.
Yeah.
I think politically, it's kind of to the point where you have to take care of things locally.
That's a good point. I've thought about that. I feel like the local elections are definitely more important. Maybe not more important. I don't know. But that's where you're going to see the most change in your life. And that's the one that nobody votes in. Because it's like, it's just the soil department or whatever, It's just, but like these people are actually making decisions that affect you.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not a political guy, really. I hate even bringing it up, but it's just like it's so prevalent right now. And you can just see it.
It's just where we are.
Yeah.
And like especially right now in our congressional district here, Northwest Georgia, where we voted in November. I think November will be the 4th time we voted this year.
Dang.
Yeah, we're just voting. but I don't want to miss one because what if the other guys win? Well, who cares at this point? I hate to say that, but and we can't, as believers, we can't just throw our hands up and be like, oh, well, Jesus wins in the end. Like I still want a good life for my kids while we're here for whatever amount of time that'll be.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's my driving. That's why, that's why any of us good parents do anything. Yeah. It's just for our kids.
Yeah.
That's why I drove 8 hours to Georgia, and then tomorrow I'm going to drive another 8 hours to the beach. And no, it took 11 hours to get here. It was an 8-hour trip. It took 11 with 3
Atlanta,
kids. Huh? No, I didn't go through Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
I came through the mountains, but it was just a 1-year-old and a 6 and a 5-year-old
every hour and a half. And love it.
Only 11 hours. No, it was good. It was fun. My baby, he actually travels really well.
Good.
He's a good kid.
So we had Flint. Flint's 6 now. We had Flint in October of 19. So he's not quite 6 months old when the world shut down.
Yeah.
And quit going places. There was nowhere for him to go. Like churches were closed, everything. So Flint didn't go anywhere. Yeah, one of us had to go out and get groceries or whatever. Flint didn't go. Well, then by October, the world's kind of opened back up again. Flint's a year old, and he's never been anywhere that he can remember.
Yeah.
Before that, we're going to the YMCA. We're going to church. We're doing all kinds of stuff. A year later, 8 months, a year later, he'd never been anywhere, doesn't do anything, and was impossible to get in the car. Like, couldn't get him in the car, and if you did, he would just lose it and scream in your ear while you were driving the entire time.
Oh, man.
And you could see it build back up. Like, he'd be good for the first 5 minutes of the ride, and then he's good for 15 minutes, and then he finally, he's okay now. But it was just weird. It was such a weird time in the world. It was.
Yeah. Ezra was born that same year. Yeah, it was a strange time.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to think back. It's just like, again.
Did we do that? Did that really happen?
I know, man. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see, man. The funny thing about it is, you look at COVID now, it's been 5 or 6 years. So I guess, 6 years. Mm-hmm. And, you can kind of look back. I guess my point is in another 5 to 6 years, we'll be able to look back at this time and see a little clearer.
Yeah.
And say, oh, that's why this was happening. Okay.
Right.
And,
just wild times.
Life goes on, though.
It does. But people point to stuff like that and go, well, that's why I'm not having kids.
No, I don't think that's the answer, man.
No, it's definitely not.
I think you have as many kids as you can, and you teach them the way that you believe to be right, the way to live, and then that's the only way to spread those ideas, right? Or the best way to spread those ideas. Like my kids ask me every night, if I forget, they come in there in the bed and they're like, "Daddy, you need to pray for us." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, my bad." Yeah. And so it's just like little stuff like that. But they're not going to get that from school. They're not even going to get that from church going once a week. Right. You have to teach that. And so, no, I think I understand that logic of this world is effed. I'm not going to have kids because I don't want to bring them into it. But I think that's kind of I think again, I understand the logic, but it's almost like subconsciously it's almost like cowardly or something. Yeah, I'm just gonna same thing you mentioned, I'm just done voting, and that maybe that's the same thing. It's like, no, you gotta try and fix this. You've gotta influence your sphere of influence the best way you know how. And there's no better sphere of influence than having these little miniature versions of you running around, and you get to teach them what's right and wrong, and teach them how to live life, and teach them about the things that you know. That's how Christians are gonna win, right?
Yeah,
by reproducing.
I had an old pastor, and I think they ended up with 8 kids. But back when they had 5 or 6, I was like, "Mark, what are you guys doing? What's the idea?" I wasn't married at the time, didn't have kids myself, and he was like, "Hey, man, average Muslim family has 6 kids." I was like, "Holy smokes, are you serious?" I was waiting on the punchline, and he was like, "No, this is what we're doing."
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's go.
And and I think in America, it's I don't know what the average is, but it's we're not even
we're below replacement. We're 1.5 kids per couple or whatever, and that ain't it.
Nope. And the thing too that people don't understand, young people who don't have kids, it's like, I'm just going to have one. It's like, that makes sense. It sounds better.
It's easy. Yeah.
But one is actually, I think one is harder than more than one, because you have to be that kid's entire entertainment, everything.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, I got 3. I can just be like, y'all go play.
Yeah.
Or go play with the baby. And you know, as they get older, even like 7, 8, 9, 10, it's like they can take care of the younger ones.
Here's your bicycles. Or
it just gets easier. Yeah. It gets easier.
Yeah,
and they can entertain each other.
It does. Our 2 guys they're 2 years apart. So they're pretty close. At 4 and 6, you know, you got a lot of stuff in common, and it's nice to be able to, like, you guys together go play.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
They do it. They entertain themselves. And odd numbers are harder, though.
Yeah.
I think no matter what the odd number is, I think it's harder.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, we got to keep going, get that 4th one in the oven.
There you go.
And we'll see.
Good.
We'll see when she's ready. It's not a matter of if, it's just when.
Right. Yeah, you guys are still young enough to have 4 or 5 more, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's 30. She's turning 31 this year. So I'm like I said, 35.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said that after 3, though. It's like, we'll have this one and then we'll see. And almost immediately, even with him going to the NICU and everything, it was like, nah, we need another one.
Yeah.
So we'll have the 4th
That's
one.
Awesome,
and then we'll see. I got a buddy who just had his 6th kid too. And he's a good guy. He's real good. Homeschools his kids. And all our kids are homeschooled now too.
Good.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. If you can make that work, it's the best way to live.
Yeah.
It's the absolute best way to live.
Yeah, it is. And that's, you know, kind of along the same vein. You hang out in these homeschool communities.
Yeah.
And there's a parking lot full of 15-passenger vans.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, because everybody's got 11 kids. But it's the same mentality. Like, if I'll just create a group of people that I can teach and develop, and they'll believe these things, and then they can all have 11 kids. And
maybe the biggest, just, this is we're having a conversation here, and we're exploring thoughts. So I could change my mind on this tomorrow.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
Just thinking this out loud is like, maybe that thing that you mentioned earlier, where it's like you start this business and you realize there's really no rules. It's almost like we've been conditioned to just be in this box and have these rules. Public school, you go to work. I mean, it's all the same. Military, everything, and maybe that, as far just that mentality of like, there's really no rules. There are laws, and there's, you know, you need to live morally, whatever. But you know, that aside, it's like there's really not a lot of rules. You can create a group. I've told Alexa, I was like, why don't you just create a homeschool co-op? She's looking for them and stuff. And I think she's found a good one now, but I'm just like, you could just make one. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, to the people watching this, like, you can create things. You can create the life you want. You can kind of focus on what you want, and then that strive towards that, man. And I don't know. There's just something about that where it's like, you don't have to really conform to the rules of this world that you think are there, that really are just kind of a smoke and mirror. Anyways, if you're outside of that, you realize, wow. There's a lot more freedom to raise our kids the way we want and live the way we want.
Well, that was, I think, my biggest takeaway from COVID, because there was a period of time where time didn't even matter.
Yeah.
You know, because even like we got out of school on March the 11th, was the last day of school ever for my kids. And for me, essentially, because I was working in school at the time, but then we're just hanging out. And then church is closed. So like, you have that marker every Sunday comes around, and I go to church and I know what day it is when church is closed. There's no time markers.
Yeah.
There's no date markers. You can do anything. I was podcasting at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, we just, whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
So, you know, you extrapolate that out into all of life, and there really are no rules on what you can do. And start your own business or your own homeschool co-op or whatever it is.
And again, it's set your, you know, it's like just that example. It works, but if you fall into the path that I was always told, you just go to school, you go to college, you get a degree, it's going to work out, it's going to be a positive ROI for you. And now I got friends who are, you know, 30, 50, 100,000, 200,000, $400,000 in debt.
Yeah.
You can't really start anything if you're bogged down at the beginning of your life with
Right
this
at the
massive
front, right?
debt.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, again, like teaching my kids, like, hey, you know, Ezra the other day, and I have nothing against college. If you want to go to college and there's a reason you need to go to get some sort of thing and to do a specific job, and that's your goal, that's great. But Ezra was like, and again, he's 6. It is what it is. But he's like, I want to go to college and do that. I'm like, dude, why don't you just start a business when you're 18 and work on that, and then, you know, whatever. But we just need that shift as well. There's a shift that is outside, because if everybody is going to school and doing all this, and now you're bogged down with debt, you're kind of reliant on the system that you operate within to do anything, because it's got you trapped.
Well, and you know this in the field that you're in, but my generation, when I was coming through school, college was the only acceptable path. Mm-hmm. You had to go to college. Like, you just had to. And I remember telling my guidance counselor I didn't want to go to college, and it was just, she couldn't process it.
Yeah.
But they wanted to push everybody into that same funnel. And now it's hard to find a guy to come to your house and fix your plumbing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because trade school, you don't go to trade school. You don't want to ride. I remember saying to kids in school, you don't want to be the guy that rides on the garbage truck. Well, guess who made more money than me when I was a teacher?
The garbage truck.
The garbage truck guy.
Yeah.
Like, holy smokes.
I know, man. And yeah, you don't want to think plumbing. You don't want to mess with plumbing and toilets and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but the dude he makes bank, dude.
Yeah, every time he comes to my house, I shell out a couple $100.
You know? It's at least.
But you got to find one. Mm-hmm. And then they go, yeah, I'll come there tomorrow. And then they just don't, because you were only going to give them $200. And the guy down the street's got a $1,500 job. You go, holy smokes.
Yeah, no. And if I tell every young person I can, is like, dude, if I'm your age, man, I'm going to get my HVAC license or electrical or plumbing or some sort of licensed trade, because everybody in the field is 60 years old. Yeah. They're all retiring and you know, dying, whatever, getting out of the workforce. So it's like, there's not going to be a lot of people doing what we're doing. Yeah. And you'll be able to name your price. Yeah. And because it's necessary when you have a roof leak or a plumbing leak or electrical doesn't work or your HVAC goes out in July, like, you're going to pay whatever.
Yeah, I'll give you $10,000.
Just pull out the credit card or whatever and here you go. Fix it, please, today.
Right.
And so, yeah, it was. It's kind of had the wool pulled over our eyes and fooled as far as the instruction we were given as to what success would look like. Yeah. You know, it's sad.
And I felt like I knew that earlier and stayed in my job there anyway, saying those same things. But, and I feel guilty about that now. And I go, well, I could have quit sooner. Or I got to a point where I was just telling kids you want to know, why do we have to learn this? We're never going to use this. And I'd be like, hey, homie, you're right. Yeah. They're just not going to let you out of here until you do it, you know? So I kind of got to that point and got in trouble a few times, and, you know, but let's just be honest with kids. Yeah. And that's the cool part about homeschooling, is not even the academic side of it. But my daughter, she's at work right now in the business that she essentially owns, doing what she wants to do. Yeah, what she's always wanted to do. Yeah. So she just has at it. She's 18.
It's amazing.
You know, and your kids can do that too. Mm-hmm.
No, and that's the thing, dude. You don't have to stay in a classroom for 7 hours a day. That work takes about an hour and a half to finish. Yeah. And so my kids, they spend an hour and a half a day, and they're doing better. Yeah. Learning more, progressing faster than if they were in public school, and they don't have all the influence that I can't control. Right. I get to control what they watch on TV. I get to hear control what they hear and are exposed to. Where at public school, I have zero control over that. And,
you just send them off and hope the teacher can manage 30 kids at a time.
I feel bad for the teachers, and it's not anything against them at all. And to your point about you saying that to the kids, like, you're in a system that tells you this over and over and over and over. It's normal for the people within that system to start believing it and be like, this is what it is. And not realizing that, yeah, the garbage man makes more than they do, or the electrician makes 4 times as much as they do.
Yeah.
And they were tricked too, I think. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
This is all just my thoughts. I'm not.
Well, I mean, you hear what you hear inside of your box,
yeah.
inside of your echo chamber is what that's what you hear. It's what you're supposed to do. And you go to school and they tell you all these things, and you even went further than a lot of folks do because you enlisted in the military, where they tell you what time you have to be there and how to dress. And
it's ultimate communism, I think.
Whoa. No,
being in the military,
it really
is.
It is.
We own the house you sleep in. We own the place where your food's made. We own everything.
Right.
The control points in and out of this base. I think that's why a lot of military guys get out and they're like, yeah, don't trust the government. Don't do it. I mean, they see kind of what ultimate government authoritarian control looks like. And again, that might be a little hyperbolic, but it's true. I mean, they have their thumb on you.
Though?
You have to ask permission to go on vacation. It's all that. It's just wild. But yeah, it's cool, man. The place that we live, I might have mentioned this before, but there's like 15 families, not 15. There's probably about 8 families, 7 or 8. But anyways, all of them are homeschooling their kids. I think except for maybe one. It's wild. Yeah.
The weird ones?
I don't know.
No.
And they may be doing it now, but she was a teacher.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100% sure about that one. But yeah, everybody else is like this year started doing it. And so I don't know, man. I think there is a lot of hope. We're talking about, the political landscape and all this is negative and it seems hopeless. But I think when I talk to people in real life, and I'm not watching the news or listening to any social media drama, when I talk to people face to face, that's why I'm like, I'm not really worried about anything I just said affecting my business, because I feel like all my customers probably agree with me, whether they are a Christian or lean more conservative or not. Like, I think they can look up and say, yeah, something's definitely jacked up.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that we've lost the face-to-face conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just gone now.
Mm-hmm.
I was having a conversation. You remember Skip Saunders?
I do.
Who's an English teacher. Yes. Okay. So we were talking about, I made a post on social media. It's funny. I'm going to talk about how important face-to-face conversation is based on a social media post. But I made a post about how cool it used to be to go to Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Because it started with, I'm so mad there are ads on streaming services now. And I was like, there was never an ad on a Blockbuster video.
You're right.
And, but Skip was talking about how it's instant gratification now. Like, I can just dial it up and never have to get off my couch. Well, like, Blockbuster was an experience. You had to go and pick out a movie and hope it was there, and you had a list of like 3 movies that you were going to get, and you might have to ask the guy behind the counter where to find it, and then you definitely had to talk to him when you went up there, and you turn your old movies in, and he go, did you rewind them? And you had this conversation, you got popcorn, there's this whole experience, and like, we don't do experiences anymore, which is, I'm going to plug my own podcast. This is why I value this. Yeah. I tell people all the time, like, if you want to talk to me, you got to come on my podcast and sit down and have this hour and a half long conversation and just talk about stuff. Yeah. Because we don't do that.
We don't, man. And back to what I mentioned way earlier was, I struggled when I first started my business with like conflict resolution. Yeah. And that all that is looking somebody in the eye and trying to understand what they are wanting done or so upset about or whatever, and then addressing it like a man or like a human being, one to another. And again, I've had a guy who I show up, me and my business, 2 owners of the company show up, and we're here to figure out what's going on and make things right. And the guy was just disrespectful, like sarcastic, disrespectful. Like, I said, look, man, if you're not going to be disrespectful, I'll pull everybody off, right? And he did a little smart aleck bye-bye, and I said, fine, we're out of here. Okay. And so it's just like, man, but I think a lot of that, it's we've lost this human connection. It's like social media. I heard somebody say this, and it makes perfect sense. So we thought that you go back 20 years ago, it's like, oh, the internet, social media, all this is going to like bring us together. Yeah. But what it did is like, all the information's there, but what it's created is a silo here of people who believe this, a silo here, and all you're doing is you're in your own little world on the phone or whatever, and you're just getting the same.
You create your own echo chamber.
Echo chamber, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the algorithm. Are you on Threads at all?
No, I'm really like off. I have accounts, but I'm off of like everything except for YouTube. I watch YouTube, but
so everything's got an algorithm. You know, X and Facebook and whatever have algorithm. Threads, like if you're scrolling and you stop to look at a post, like that's your algorithm now.
Yeah,
whatever
exactly.
It is.
Yeah,
and nuts. So if it's something you agree with, then that's all you see.
Yeah.
Or if it's something you disagree with,
you'll see
that's
that
all
more.
you see.
I know.
But that's what we get now, and it's not. Nobody's on there. Facebook's different. Facebook's more local because you're friends with the guy down the street or whatever. But like Threads and X and places like that, you're just fighting with people who are screeching into the ether, you know.
And then you spend. I would do this. I spent 30 minutes reading an article or getting all worked up over something, and I'm like, I don't even care about this. Like, it's about something in Wisconsin or you know whatever, some place.
Mad at somebody in the comments.
Like, dude, I don't care.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. But no, I do believe, I think the face-to-face thing is, we just got to bring it back. I think small business is coming back. I think the face-to-face, I said this the other day in a group I'm in, business networking group. I said, AI can't look you in the eye and shake your hand and promise you a good product.
Yeah.
I think all that's coming back, man. It's a little weird right now.
It is. And I think we're going to have to get to a breaking point. And that's going to be hard. It's going to be like, like birthing pains or whatever. But I think ultimately people are going to go, I would rather deal with the person.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
Call, I don't know, Verizon now and try to talk to somebody or any other service you think of. You're going to go through a robot in a call tree.
Yep.
Representative, put a person on the phone.
I've been there so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to come around. I think it's probably going to get a little worse before it gets better.
Probably.
But we'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're near the end, though. Hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hopefully.
But yeah, man.
Well, speaking of being near the end.
How long has this been?
An hour. Hour and 2.
Look at that. We did it.
Yeah. That's what everybody I asked, like, come on, how long is your show? That's an hour and a half, long as you want it to be.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can talk for an hour. I promise you can.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's man. What you just said, though, it really stuck with me. We got the conversation piece, man. Well, great example of this. We had a birthday party for Eliza back in March, and we rented the place, and it was set for, 15 kids. Well, like 20 kids showed up. And the guy was like so nervous and just like wouldn't get to it. He was trying to tell Alexa, like, hey, you had 15 reserved. We got to charge you extra for these 5. And finally, she's like, well, are you saying we got to pay extra? And he's like, yeah. And it's like, okay, that's fine, dude.
Just say that. Yeah.
Like, but it was like this weird, like, and he was a grown man. It's not like it was a 16-year-old or nothing, but it was like, we've lost that. And the dude may have had it because he was probably our age, but it's like we've lost that as a society because of everything you just mentioned with the technology. And it's a skill that we've got to practice. And this is a great way to do it.
Right?
I like it, man. I like listening to podcasts. I enjoy. This is the 4th podcast I've ever been on. I've been on yours 3 times, and I did a construction one last year, and I like them.
Yeah, it's fun to just sit down. Like there's nothing else going on in the whole world right now.
Exactly.
That's this conversation.
Dude, that right there is exactly. You can focus on something. That's why I love going to Ezra's baseball games.
Yeah.
I leave my phone in the car, and I can watch this for an hour and a half or whatever, and I'm not worried about anything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's good, man. It's good.
Good.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. We'll get you next time you're in town.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Hope you guys learned something from this or were inspired in some kind of way. But either way, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, whichever medium platform you're on. Christ is King. God bless you guys.
Yes,
we love you. See you next time.